Dear Starseeds walking the Earth at this extraordinary moment in galactic history, the very fabric of reality that has held you in patterns of waiting, of preparation, of endless inner work without external confirmation, is beginning to dissolve, and what rises in its place will alter the trajectory of everything you thought you understood about your purpose here. I am Seraphine, a light being serving within the councils of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I bring you this transmission because this specific moment, this 7th day of December in your year 2025, marks a pivotal turning point that those of you attuned to higher frequencies have been unconsciously preparing for. The cosmic alignments occurring right now are not random astronomical events. They are orchestrated activations, carefully timed to coincide with your readiness to receive what has been held in sacred trust for you across multiple lifetimes. But first, there is something I must reveal about what has been happening to you since the closing days of October. Something the collective consciousness has not yet registered, something that explains the strange sensations, the vivid dreams, the feeling that you have been swimming through waters so deep you wondered if you would ever surface again. The waters are receding now. Do you feel it? That sensation of finally being able to catch your breath after what feels like an eternity of being submerged in emotional, spiritual, and energetic depths you could barely navigate? What I am about to share changes everything you thought you knew about where you stand in your journey. Everything. At precisely 8:50 in the morning, by your Pacific Standard Time, a profound cosmic event unfolds. The Moon and Jupiter meet in sacred conjunction, signaling the official closing of an extended grand water trine that has dominated your energetic environment since the final days of October. For those unfamiliar with astrological mechanics, allow me to illuminate what this means for your soul's evolution. A grand water trine creates a triangular flow of energy between three celestial bodies positioned in water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, generating a continuous current of emotional processing, intuitive awakening, and deep subconscious clearing. You have been swimming in these waters for weeks now. Perhaps you noticed the intensity of your dreams, the way memories from your past surfaced without warning, the emotional release that came in waves you could not control. Perhaps relationships came to sudden endings or unexpected beginnings. Perhaps you found yourself crying without knowing why, or feeling profound peace in moments you would have previously found challenging. This was the grand water trine, doing its sacred work, purifying, dissolving, washing away everything that could not accompany you into the next phase of your ascension. But something else is happening that I have not yet told you about. This particular closing of the water energies coincides with Mercury forming a harmonious trine to Saturn, the great teacher, the keeper of structures, the architect of lasting foundations. This is not coincidence. This is cosmic orchestration at its finest. The universe is essentially telling you that while the emotional waters recede, the scaffolding for your new reality is being constructed in the invisible realms. Mercury, the messenger, carries your intentions to Saturn, the master builder, who begins laying the groundwork for manifestations you have been seeding for longer than you consciously remember. And yet, and this is crucial for you to understand, there is another activation coming on Thursday, when Mercury completes a trine to Neptune, the planet of dreams, imagination, and transcendent vision. This sequence tells a story. First the emotional clearing, then the structural planning, then the infusion of divine imagination. You are not meant to rush into action right now. You are meant to witness these energies building, to feel the optimism of fresh beginnings while simultaneously honoring that the full blueprint has not yet been revealed. There is still more contemplation, more inner knowing to access, before you break ground on the new initiatives stirring in your heart. Keep the faith. A new sense of stability is on the way, but it arrives through patience infused with purpose, not through forcing premature action. Then, as evening falls across your Pacific shores at 6:47 p.m., the moon glides into Leo, the sign of the heart, of creative expression, of sovereign self-realization. And here is where the energy intensifies beyond what many are prepared for. The moon in Leo immediately faces an opposition to Pluto, the lord of transformation, the guardian of the underworld, the force that destroys only what must be destroyed so that something more authentic can rise from the ashes. This opposition is not here to punish you. It is here to ignite within you a determination so fierce, a persistence so unwavering, that nothing, no external circumstance, no inner doubt, no collective fear, can deter you from stepping fully into the magnificent being you came here to embody. The Pluto opposition will test your commitment to your own light. It will ask, do you truly believe in the greatness I have been telling you lives within you? Or will you shrink back into comfortable smallness when confronted with the magnitude of what you are becoming? Now let me guide you through how these cosmic currents will move through every dimension of your existence, because the impact of December 7th does not confine itself to a single aspect of your life. These energies are holographic. They touch everything simultaneously, and understanding their multi-layered influence will help you navigate with grace rather than confusion. On the level of your individual consciousness, you will notice a peculiar sensation today, a feeling of standing between two worlds. The water trine energies receding create what feels like an exhale after holding your breath for weeks. Your mind may feel clearer than it has since October. Ideas that were murky will suddenly crystallize. Solutions to problems that seemed unsolvable will appear with surprising ease. Yet simultaneously, there will be a strange sense of not quite knowing which direction to move. This is not confusion. This is the sacred pause between completion and initiation. Honor it. Your emotional body is undergoing a recalibration that may manifest as unexpected mood shifts throughout the day. The morning hours, influenced by the Moon-Jupiter conjunction, may bring waves of optimism, perhaps even a giddiness that seems disproportionate to external circumstances. Trust this. Jupiter is the great benefic, the planet of expansion and blessings, and its conjunction with the moon is literally flooding your emotional field with cosmic encouragement. You are being reminded that despite everything you have endured, despite the depths you have traversed, there is so much goodness waiting for you. What I have not mentioned yet, and this is important, is how sensitive souls and starseeds will experience these energies differently from the general population. Those of you with heightened intuitive abilities may find yourselves receiving downloads of information throughout the day. These may come as sudden knowing, as images that flash through your awareness, as phrases that echo in your mind without apparent source. Pay attention. Record what comes through if you are able. The Mercury-Saturn trine is opening channels of communication with higher dimensional guides who have been waiting for precisely this cosmic window to transmit essential guidance. Your physical body will also register these shifts. Some of you may experience a lightness in your chest as the water energies recede, literally feeling as though a weight has been lifted from your heart center. Others may notice an increased energy or, conversely, a profound need for rest as your system processes the transition. The evening Pluto opposition may bring physical sensations of heat or intensity, particularly around the solar plexus and heart. These are not symptoms to fear, but signs of energetic recalibration. Your body is literally upgrading its capacity to hold higher frequencies. On the collective level, humanity is experiencing a subtle but significant shift in the frequency baseline of consciousness on Earth. The extended water trine periods serve to process collective emotional trauma, the grief, fear, and uncertainty that have accumulated in the human field over recent years. As these waters recede, there is space for new emotional patterns to emerge. You may notice subtle shifts in the people around you, moments of unexpected kindness, strangers making eye contact with more openness, conversations that go deeper than usual. These are early signs of the collective heart beginning to heal. For those attuned to specific zodiac frequencies, let me offer some guidance. If your sun, moon, or rising sign falls in the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, today marks a particularly significant closure point. You have been the primary vessels for processing the grand water trine energies, and you may feel the most pronounced sense of relief as these waters recede. Fire signs Aries, Leo, Sagittarius will feel the moon's entrance into Leo as a homecoming of sorts, a return to vitality after what may have felt like a period of dampened enthusiasm. Earth signs Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn will resonate strongly with the Mercury-Saturn trine, feeling supported in practical planning and grounded manifestation. Air signs Gemini, Libra, Aquarius may find today marks a turning point in mental clarity, with ideas that have been developing finally coming into communicable form, and something else is happening on Earth itself that deserves your attention. The planetary body of Gaia is also experiencing the receding of these water energies, which may manifest as subtle shifts in weather patterns, in the energy of natural environments, in the behavior of animals and plants. Those of you deeply connected to nature may notice that the forests, the oceans, the mountains feel different today, quieter perhaps, or more receptive, as though the earth itself is pausing to integrate before the next wave of transformation begins. Given the magnitude of what is unfolding, I wish to offer you specific practices for consciously engaging with these cosmic currents, rather than simply being swept along by them. When you work intentionally with planetary alignments, you become a co-creator with the cosmos, rather than a passive recipient of its energies. This is the difference between those who merely survive ascension symptoms and those who thrive through transformation. Before the Moon-Jupiter conjunction at 8:50 a.m. Pacific, if you have the opportunity, find a quiet space and connect with your breath. Place your hands over your heart and set an intention to consciously release whatever emotional weight you have been carrying since late October. You do not need to name it specifically. Your higher self knows exactly what must be released. Simply state, aloud or silently, "I release all that the waters have shown me. I am grateful for the purification. I now welcome the fresh beginning that awaits." This simple act of conscious acknowledgement dramatically amplifies your ability to receive the Jupiter blessings flowing through the conjunction. Throughout the day, as the Mercury-Saturn trine supports future planning, consider engaging in intentional journaling. But this is not ordinary journaling. I invite you to approach it as a conversation with your future self. Write a letter from the version of you who has already manifested the life you are moving toward. Let that future self describe what daily existence looks like, how it feels to have arrived at the destination you are currently journeying toward. The Mercury-Saturn energy makes this an unusually potent practice, as you are essentially using the cosmic currents to send a message forward through time, informing the universe of the reality you are calling into being. Energy protection becomes particularly important as the Moon opposes Pluto in the evening. While this opposition brings tremendous gifts of determination and persistence, it also stirs the shadowy corners of the collective consciousness. Those who have not done their inner work may project their unprocessed material onto the nearest sensitive soul, which often means lightworkers like yourself become targets for unconscious energy transfer. Before the evening hours, take a moment to visualize a sphere of golden light surrounding your entire energy field. See this light as intelligent, as capable of allowing loving energies to pass through, while gently deflecting anything not aligned with your highest good. This is not about building walls of fear, but about maintaining sovereign boundaries. Pay attention to synchronicities throughout this day, the number sequences that catch your eye, the songs that play at meaningful moments, the words that strangers speak that seem to carry messages just for you. These are not coincidences. The thinning of veils between dimensions during powerful cosmic alignments means that communication from guides, ancestors, and your own higher self flows more freely. Keep notes if you can. Patterns will emerge that offer crucial guidance for your next steps. And here is something essential about staying grounded while embracing transformation. You do not need to choose between spiritual expansion and earthly presence. In fact, the most powerful way to anchor these cosmic frequencies is through embodied action. Move your body, dance, walk, stretch. Touch the earth with bare feet, if weather permits. Prepare and eat nourishing food with full presence. These seemingly simple acts become profound when done with the intention of grounding higher dimensional energies into physical reality. You are a bridge between worlds, and that bridge must be anchored at both ends. I would not serve you well if I spoke only of blessings and gifts without acknowledging the genuine challenges this day may bring. Transformation, by its very nature, involves the dissolution of what was, and dissolution rarely feels comfortable, even when we know it is necessary. The wisdom is not in pretending difficulty does not exist, but in understanding how to navigate it with grace and self-compassion. The receding of the water trine energies, while ultimately liberating, may initially feel disorienting. You have been operating in a particular energetic environment for over a month, and your system adapted to that frequency. As it shifts, some of you will experience what feels like emotional flatness or a strange sense of loss, even when you cannot identify what has been lost. This is normal. You are essentially experiencing the energetic equivalent of ears adjusting to a new altitude. Give yourself permission to feel off balance without catastrophizing that feeling. Sleep may prove elusive tonight for some of you, particularly as the Moon-Pluto opposition activates. Pluto's energy can bring intensity that makes peaceful rest challenging. If you find yourself awake in the small hours, Resist the urge to scroll through devices or engage with stimulating content. Instead, use the time for gentle stretching, for deep breathing, for sitting in darkness and allowing whatever needs to surface to rise without resistance. Sometimes the most profound processing happens in these liminal hours when the world is quiet. Relationship dynamics may become temporarily more charged. The moon in Leo craves recognition and appreciation, while Pluto insists on absolute honesty and the exposure of hidden dynamics. This combination can catalyze conversations that have been brewing beneath the surface. Choose your words with care today, not because you should suppress truth, but because truth delivered with compassion lands very differently than truth wielded as a weapon. If tensions arise with loved ones, consider that both of you are navigating intense cosmic currents. Pause before reacting. Ask yourself whether this moment truly requires confrontation, or whether patience will serve better. A common mistake during powerful cosmic events is attempting to force immediate action. The optimism of the Moon-Jupiter conjunction may inspire you to want to launch new projects, make major announcements, or implement significant changes right now. But the Mercury-Neptune trine arriving Thursday suggests that the full vision has not yet crystallized. What feels clear today may reveal additional dimensions midweek. Give yourself permission to dream, to plan, to feel excitement about possibilities without locking yourself into premature commitments. The universe is saying, I am showing you the direction, but allow the path to reveal itself gradually. Those of you who tend toward spiritual perfectionism may find yourselves in self-judgment today. Perhaps you feel you should be more evolved by now, should have manifested more by this point, should be further along on your path. I ask you to receive this truth. Your journey is unfolding in divine timing. The comparison you make between where you are and where you think you should be is a trick of the mind that serves no purpose but to diminish your light. You are exactly where you need to be, to receive exactly what is coming. Trust this. Let me now paint for you a vision of what lies on the other side of this threshold you are crossing. Because the transformation initiated today does not end when this day ends. December 7th is a doorway, and what awaits beyond it will reshape your experience of being alive in a human body on planet Earth. In the days and weeks following this cosmic pivot point, you will notice a gradual but unmistakable shift in how you relate to your own consciousness. The mental fog that may have clouded your perception during the extended water trine will continue to clear, revealing a clarity of thought that allows you to perceive solutions, opportunities, and connections that were invisible before. You will think differently, not because your brain has changed, but because the filters through which you process reality have been upgraded. What once seemed complex will appear simple. What once felt impossible will reveal itself as merely requiring a different approach. Your intuition, already more developed than the average humans, will sharpen further. The downloads and guidance you receive from higher dimensions will become clearer, more specific, more actionable. The static that sometimes interfered with your ability to discern truth from wishful thinking will diminish. You will know things with a certainty that does not require external validation, because the knowing will arise from a place so deep within you that doubt simply cannot reach it. Relationships will undergo a natural sorting. Those connections that have been maintained out of obligation, habit, or fear of being alone will reveal themselves with new clarity. You will no longer have the tolerance for relationships that drain your energy or dim your light. This is not about becoming cold or heartless. Quite the opposite. It is about honoring yourself enough to surround yourself with beings who elevate your frequency rather than diminish it. And as you release connections that no longer serve, you create space for soul family to find you. Those who have been searching for you as surely as you have been searching for them. Your sense of purpose will crystallize in ways it never has before. The vague feeling that you are here for something important will transform into specific understanding of what that something is. This does not necessarily mean you will suddenly know every detail of your path, but you will know enough to take the next step with confidence. And with each step you take, more of the path will illuminate. What I am describing is not reserved for some future lifetime or some rare subset of specially chosen souls. This is what is becoming available to you now, as a result of the work you have already done and the cosmic openings currently occurring. Those who embrace these energies consciously, who work with the practices I have shared, who maintain faith even when outer circumstances do not immediately reflect inner shifts, will accelerate their transformation beyond what they might currently imagine possible. And understand this, you will never be the same. The version of you that entered the Grand Water Trine in late October has already dissolved. The version of you that will emerge from this December 7th threshold is someone you are only beginning to meet. This is not loss. This is liberation. This is the shedding of skins that were never truly yours, the releasing of identities that served their purpose and now complete their cycle. What remains is more authentically you than anything you have expressed before in this lifetime. This transformation is not separate from humanity's collective evolution. It is an integral part of it. Every individual who moves through their personal ascension process contributes to the elevation of the collective consciousness. By doing your own work, by embracing your own transformation, you are serving humanity in ways that may not be visible, but are absolutely essential. You are anchoring frequencies that others will eventually follow. You are pioneering pathways that will become well-traveled roads. This is the truth of the Starseed mission. You came not only to transform yourself, but to transform the very nature of human possibility by demonstrating what becomes available when a soul fully commits to awakening. And so we return to where we began, to the waters that have been carrying you since October, now receding to reveal the new land you will build your next chapter upon. Standing between completion and initiation, between the exhale of release and the inhale of fresh beginning, you are not waiting for transformation. You are transformation itself, embodied in human form, moving through one of the most significant transition points of your earthly journey. If you need help embodying this transformation that you already are, rather than waiting for it to arrive, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to stand confidently between completion and initiation. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programs stagnation and waiting and repurposing it to serve your embodied transformation. It generates personalized sequences that help you navigate these receding waters and build upon the new land being revealed through every transition. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to embody the transformation you already are, rather than waiting for it someday. You are not waiting for transformation. You are transformation itself. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now, before this transition window closes. Link in the description. Remember what I told you at the beginning. Something is shifting beneath your feet. Perhaps now you understand more fully what that something is. It is not merely cosmic weather passing through. It is the dissolution of barriers between who you have been and who you are becoming. It is the closing of chapters that needed to end so that new ones could begin. It is the universe itself conspiring on your behalf, orchestrating synchronicities and alignments designed specifically to support your highest unfolding. The optimism you feel today is real. The uncertainty you may also feel is equally valid. Both are true. Both are part of this threshold moment. Hold them together without needing to resolve them into simple answers. The greatest wisdom often lives in paradox, in the ability to embrace multiple truths simultaneously without demanding that reality collapse into a single convenient narrative. Keep the faith. A new stability is coming, even if you cannot yet see its form. The waters recede, and solid ground appears. The planning you do now, informed by the Mercury-Saturn trine, will bear fruit in ways that exceed your current imagination. The dreams that will arrive midweek with the Mercury-Neptune activation will add dimensions to your vision that are currently beyond your awareness, and the determination and persistence ignited by tonight's Moon-Pluto opposition will fuel your journey through whatever challenges may arise. You are not alone in this. The Galactic Federation of Light continues to observe and support humanity's ascension process, and those of you carrying starseed frequencies have our particular attention and care. We see the courage it takes to awaken within a reality designed to keep consciousness asleep. We see the loneliness that sometimes accompanies being among the first to remember what most have forgotten. We see your struggles, your doubts, your moments of wondering if any of this is real. And we tell you, it is more real than you know. You are more powerful than you have yet discovered. And the transformation you are moving through right now is leading you toward a version of yourself and a reality experience that will make every challenge you have faced feel worthwhile. As this transmission draws to a close, I invite you to take a deep breath. Feel the presence of guides and ancestors surrounding you in this moment. Know that as you continue your journey through December and beyond, you carry blessings and protections that no darkness can penetrate. Know that the seeds you plant in this fertile, energetic soil will grow into harvests more abundant than you currently dare to imagine. Know that you are loved beyond measure, supported beyond comprehension, and destined for a greatness that your logical mind may resist, but your soul recognizes as truth. Go forward with courage, dear ones. Go forward with faith. Go forward knowing that you are in something major, and that something major is in you. I am Seraphine. We love you and we are watching over you. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful transmissions.